You guys are so prompt, it kills me. Hey, Diane.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, hanging in there, trying to just breathe.
Yeah, isn't that funny? It's like this stuff a real thing to say now for today.
Yeah, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey.
how's it going, Santana?
It's an interesting morning. It's an interesting morning. I'm glad it's Friday.
I am too. Santana, Eric is here.
Hey, you.
Santana, banana, Santana.
Guilty.
Hey, party people, I'm going to throw us on Facebook Live. And then I still don't know how to work that thing out, so it's going to be a minute, and then I can get us all started. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And I will pause the recording. I can at least put it onto Facebook afterwards so people can check this out. So thank you, you guys. Thank you, because this was so last minute. Thanks so much for signing up and joining in. I've been doing these chill and chats for a little bit, and I was supposed to have something else happen, but it didn't. So I decided to do free readings instead, and I'm going to introduce my friend Erica in just a little bit, and then we'll talk about that, and then I'll do some more free readings. Sound fair? All right, raise your hand if you have never had a reading before.
From you or from anybody?
For anybody, because we're all pretty Bay Area, so I have a feeling we all have had at least, I don't know, a dozen readings or so. Okay, so I don't need to talk about what readings are. I do love getting reading virgins. I think they're amazing because they're so
Cynthia, if you come on my radical self-care, you'll have a lot of virgins on there.
I'm into it. I'm so
Okay.
into virgins.
We'll book you.
I will get it. I love it. And so, yeah, let's talk about your radical self-care in just a few minutes. Is that all right, Erica?
Heck yes.
All right. So, because Erica you are the founder of Radical Self-Care, right? And that you do a weekly show?
True that.
Excellent. And she's, went over to her house. She's a fellow Oaklander and got some amazing food, organic, from her tiny yard with these huge towers. So awesome stuff. All right, let's get down to readings. Here's what I do. I take your name, I take your age so that I can connect with you intuitively. Once that happens, I get a quick download. And the download is for two reasons. One is to find out how can I best communicate with you? Because the odds of someone communicating just like you is 1 in 68 trillion. All right. So I'll say it again a little bit more slowly because that shows you how unique you are. Oh, and that number is about 20 years old. So I'm sure with the population being greater that the odds are even greater. But the odds of someone communicating, hey there, just like you, is 1 in 68 trillion. All right. The other reason that I do the download is so that I have a conversation starter. I am Asian to the core, which means that I always want to make sure you get your money's worth. So that when you come on in, I know Santana, I know you love that. So that when you come on in, that you are getting information right away. And in that way, if you and I end up bullshitting with each other, it doesn't feel like you got screwed out of any time. Okay. So what I'm going to ask, hello, Nicole. I want to talk to you. And actually, since we have this, I'm gonna pose another question before the end of Chill and Chat. Is that all right, Nicole? Okay, great. Nicole is a teacher. I have mad respect for her. Ms. Tanisha, you know what it's like to be working out of school. So, so I wanted to talk about that for just a moment because I have an offer for that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. There are 8 of you. I would love to make sure that every one of you gets a reading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the people who've had readings with me before so that everybody who hasn't had a reading with me can kind of get an idea of what the flavor is, and then we just go from there. Sound fair? All right. I'm just gonna go by who raises their hand the fastest. Oh shit, Dawn. Sorry, Santana, you were second, so you go after Dawn. All right, Dawn, what's your age?
My hand.
What's your age, Dawn? You are, yeah.
There we go.
Okay. What's your age?
52.
Really? I thought you were a lot younger than me.
Well,
I
but
know.
thank you.
Hey, what's your birth month?
February.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna tell everybody. We're gonna go through, the reason I asked for the age is I have my own set of numerology. So what I can tell you about Dawn, and Dawn, just so you know, I don't say anything that's not so private, okay? So trust me.
Okay.
Okay, so Dawn's been going through a rough time for the past 2 years. She's been wanting to move forward, but she's having a hard time moving forward, so lots of frustration. All the movement forward, believe it or not, she believes is physical, but it's absolutely emotional and with intuition, so it's all energetic. Now, does that mean that she doesn't have physical problems? That's not true. I'm not saying that, but what that means is that energetically, it is aiding the debilitation of the ability to move. So what I would say, Dawn, is let's get an energetic practice for you going, and what I'll do is it'll alleviate some of the stress on your body that will actually help in your recovery of your health. Erica's, I'm gonna have you speak to that too, Erica, in just a little bit. Is that all right? Because
Yeah.
she's a total health guru. Make sense? Okay. Now, based on that, Ms. Dawn, do you have a question for me? How can I help you?
I have knee surgery coming up.
Left knee?
Left knee, yeah, the broken one.
Yeah.
Finally, which is a lot of my frustration. So I know that's part of the energy deal, but kind of looking, I think, more so towards the outlook afterwards, if you have anything.
Yeah, I have a lot. So here's the deal. One is that you cheat your rehab. Don't cheat your rehab. You know what I'm talking about? You cheat your rehab. So what happens as soon as you start feeling a little bit better, you kind of blow off everything else, even if you don't, because you are so, you get frustrated so easily, that's easy for you to blow off your stuff. So here's the thing about you. If you stay true to your rehab, what will happen is you will be able to finish something from beginning to end. You'll be able to do that whole process, and that process will be considered a success. So it's really about working with your frustration within the rehab time. And if you can do that, what will happen is that it's going to switch up your outlook. I also want you to know that it's really important for you to do this because right around your next birthday, it's all going to be about success. So if you're all about success, like I'm ready to do this stuff, and you've done practice about what success looks like, then your success will be up. But I want you to know that success has no judgment. So if you go, I feel shitty, then success is going to go, hey, let's make it as shitty as possible. And then it goes in the other direction. So we want your success to in your favor. All right? Got it? Okay. So I got it. Excellent. All right. Who wants to go next? Oh, I'm Santana went next. Was second to raise her hand. Go ahead, Santana.
Thanks.
What's your age?
I'm 56, born in February.
Oh, that's right. Okay, what's up?
Well,
go ahead.
very quickly and shortly, without a lot of detail, my life has been going really up, which has been fantastic. Then I came into this one big up, and my friend went MIA. Can you tell me anything about that?
Can I get your friend's name?
Morita,
Maurita?
correct.
All right, so I'm going to tell you two things, okay? Marita doesn't want to be found, for a little while, okay? She is not in a good place, but it's not dire, okay? Can I put it that way? But she's going to come back a little bit fucked up, right? She's not going to come back whole, I think is the best way to say it. So you want to be aware of that. The second thing is that it's really important where you are in your life. Your life is all about learning to receive, okay? And you haven't been able to do that for a while. And so for you to send out your energy to Morita does not serve you. So what you can do is that you can go ahead and do a ritual or a prayer, and then you got to let it go and trust that your ritual and prayer goes through, because then what will happen is that it lowers your energy level, and then it doesn't serve you or her, okay? And at the end of the day, if you can't serve yourself, and you're a person of service, you've pretty much screwed your whole community.
That's how I'm
Which is a
feeling.
really shitty way of saying it, but I can say that to you, right?
Real, yeah.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
That's straight.
That's how I have to have it, man. That's how I have to have it. You want to resonate, get in there.
Yeah, so it's really important. So what you can do is you can ask for other people to help, which is like, hey, I want to do a prayer circle or something like that. It's only going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and send out energy. You can do it that way, all right? But it's really important that you stay in the receiving side this year, all right? Super important,
Right on.
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, does that help?
Oh, yeah.
All right, who wants to go next?
Me.
Ooh, go, Nicole, that was fast. Go, Nicole.
I'm 40.
Oh, man, when did you turn, when's your birthday?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you're a Virgo too, right?
No, Leo, right on the cusp.
I love that. I love that. All right, so let me talk about where you are energetically, and then we'll go forward. And just so you know, even though I'm giving everybody a quick read, this is still a conversation, so I'm really happy to, if you jump on in, if you have any questions about someone else's reading, I'm actually happy to answer those questions as well, okay? Because we're talking about my process as well as just getting a read. So for you, the number 4, because it's 40, is all about the bigger picture, which is hard for you. It's great for you and hard for you at the same time, because you are all about bigger picture, but for you, it's also you want to be able to handle all the details. And so I won't call you a control freak, but you do tend to get down in the weeds a little bit. And this is the year where you want to practice not getting down into the weeds, okay? And you want to do that because you're in a place right now, if you want, because you already have so much going on, you can actually expand more if you want. Does that make sense? I know, but here's the thing. It's kind of like this. I want to expand, right? I want to expand my business, but I don't want to do, oh, I got Mo in here. Sorry about that, Mo. Hope you didn't have to wait too long. So I want to expand my business. What that means is I can't be concerned with my flyers. Okay, I mean that's a really small thing, and then what that does is that gives me more energy to work on the big picture, which is I want to be of service, right? My big picture is I want everybody to utilize their intuition. Life would be so much simpler for everybody, okay? So for you, it's all about big picture and not getting down into the weeds. I'm happy to be a touchstone for you and call, and then you can just, to bring you back out of the weeds and back into the bigger picture, all right?
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to find the good parts of my job right now and not really start to hate it and resent it. And I don't know if that was like a sales pitch for your next offering for teachers.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it offers.
I love my job. I'm a teacher and I love my job so much. And sitting in this classroom with no kids, I hate my job.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I absolutely get it. But here's the thing. So this is what I'm talking about with bigger picture. So bigger picture is how can we serve your kids? Because it's happy kids that really makes you happy. All right. And so that's the bigger picture. And just so you know, Nicole, you have second graders or third graders?
Third graders.
Third graders. So we're talking about 8 and 9-year-olds, right? At that, that's like,
And they're so social, but also on a Zoom call and like having such not up to date technology. So it's just been rough.
yeah. But what's really interesting, what's interesting is that we can talk about the kids' happiness because that's the big picture and how you're going to be able to learn in this happy atmosphere. So we can talk about that. We can actually take that offline. Once that happens, you're going to go back to that rejuvenated space because really, that's when we take it down to your essence, you really love your kids and you want them to be happy. And so once we get past, the other stuff and get into the happiness, you're going to be happy. So I think we should throw it out to the group and see if we can come up with some ideas for you. I think that would be way fun. Sound good? All right. Is that the only question you had?
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be the biggest cloud.
That's looming. Yeah. That's looming. Yeah.
Everything else is going pretty well.
Good. So what I wanted to let everyone know is that I threw out an offer to a couple of teachers to have them learn how to do intuition so they can connect with their class much more quickly. And what I need help with is for you to spread the word. And this will be my act of service, my act of selfless service, which is really important because teachers need that help. Okay. So, and we'll talk about that later. All right. Thanks, Erica. All right. Who wants to go next? Oh, Tanisha, way to throw up that hand, lady. Miss Tanisha. Did I see you just turned 45? Hang on, you are muted.
Yeah, so I just turned 45.
Uh-huh.
And I celebrated being in the hospital.
I
Not
know.
what I had planned to do, but and I was out of state. But I mean, I saw 45, so I'm here, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
And my question is like I lost a friend as well. She I always felt that the friendship was one-sided.
Uh-huh.
Me always calling me, checking in, me going to see her. And I'm her daughter's godmother. And I kind of feel that she gets jealous when I hang out with my other friends. Because all my friends they're different,
Mm-hmm.
And so I started inviting her to do stuff, but she never wanted to come. So last time I talked to her was June, right before Father's Day. I invited her to go out with us, and she said, well, I'll get back to you later on that day. Didn't get back to me, find out she didn't do anything, and I haven't talked to her since. And then she, of course,
Passes.
Deleted me from Facebook. I don't care about that, but I haven't heard from her,
Okay.
And I'm at a point in my life where I just don't need all the drama,
Yeah.
all, necessary stuff that I don't need. I mean, I'm trying to heal myself or get better from my health concerns, and just live my life.
Yeah. What's her first name?
Her name is Annika.
Oh God, she's a little bit of a butt, right? She's a little bit of a butt. She is super sensitive. If she gets her feelings hurt, or even worse, if she gets embarrassed, then she gets really mad. Okay, so just so you know, the worst thing that could happen to her is getting embarrassed. And so being around your friends, it's easy for her to feel embarrassed. successful, and that's why she's uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Which is why. But I'm going to talk to you about her for just a second, and then I'm going to go back to you because you're my client. I got your back, and I don't give a shit about anybody else. I give a shit about all the other people that are here, but when you're my client, I don't give a shit about anybody else. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. So here's the deal. Annika she's smart. She knows that you're dependable. She knows that you're kind. She knows that you'll drop stuff regardless of where you are in a friendship in order to get things going. You're also very family oriented, you're community oriented. So you're always thinking about the bigger picture. So she was really wise in picking you to be the godmother. Okay. Because she was thinking about the safety of her child. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And she gives to you whatever she can, but she's always feeling like she's getting the short end. So, it's hard for her to give back if she's always feeling like, right, she's the one that's always getting the poop.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense? All right. You are in a place where last year, I wish we would have talked because last year, remember, I go through the numbers, and you just went from 44 to 45. 44, if you add the two numbers together, is the number 8. What I told Dawn, remember, was about the year of success.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to focus on what your idea of success is. Now, the thing that was really funny for you is that your idea of success did not match your health. Does that make sense when I say that?
Yeah.
Because you always had a bigger picture than that of your health. And so you were successful in what your idea of success was. However, you weren't thinking about yourself and success. So that's why because there's only so much energy when you focus, right? Now, that doesn't mean that if you focus on one thing that you don't get everything, because that's the thing that I tout. But what happened is your focus was so much on the other thing that your health was not your focus for success. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Badass way to do it, but I'm sorry you had to go through what you went through, right? Okay, now you're in a 9-year. 9-year means that it's about completion. It's about endings. It's about things that no longer serve you. Your friend no longer serves you. Annika no longer serves you. This doesn't mean that you have to write her off or delete her, but it just means that you don't have to think about her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you want to do is that you want to start putting yourself first. And you don't have to be mad at Annika. It's just that you've shifted your perception of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's really important. I want you to know that you'll be doing this with a lot of people this year. Okay. And as you do that, your health is going to change. You're also going to lose weight once this happens. I want you to know, because a lot of stuff that you're holding on to is energetic.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Be kind to yourself. And it's really important, if you don't have a journal right now, to have a journal like I'm a badass journal. And then every day you talk about how you're a badass.
Okay.
Okay. And every day you say, this is why I'm a badass and this is what I'm grateful for in myself. All right. This is about you creating your own well or filling your own well. Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Diane Dobson, is it okay if we work with you?
Yeah, that works.
All right, Diane, what's your age? You're 42?
43.
That still freaks me out every time you say that.
And
you just turned, right?
Yeah, July. All 7/7/77.
Oh, that's right. I remember. So right now you're in a great energetic space. It's all kind of in alignment. You still have a little bit going on in your lung area, meaning that there's still a sense of responsibility and you're trying to figure out what this responsibility is. There's a sense of responsibility, sense of duty, sense of this stuff that really isn't in alignment with you right now, because the beauty of where you are is everything is compartmentalized, and that's for a reason, so that you can actually take that extra energy and do something else with it. Okay. And you get to decide what that extra energy is. So what my recommendation for you is be grateful for all the compartmentalization. Know that there's only a certain amount of responsibility in each compartment, and take that extra energy and stockpile it for something else. Okay. Does that make sense? So if you want it to be for a family, let it be for family. If you want it to be for travel, let it be for travel. If you want it to write a book, write the book. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a reason why you have responsible limitations. Okay. So the reason that we're doing that is so that you can actually do something else, because you don't have a whole lot of joy right now. And the joy is not because you're not a joyful person and you don't have good stuff in your life. It's because you haven't had a chance to focus on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So what do you want to work on?
I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, finding that sort of path a little bit, because it just felt like flounder, like, I don't know, just these times are so weird, and it's Groundhog Day feeling a lot of the time. So I feel like that's been a issue for me, and sort of, you know, having the purpose.
Right. But it's not about, the funny part is, hey, Rochelle, I'll be with you in just a moment. Okay. I got your hand. Sorry about that. So, the thing that's interesting is that the thing about Groundhog Day, we should all watch the movie, by the way, is that he finds the beauty in the small things, and he makes the little inner things beautiful, and then his whole life becomes beautiful. So I'm sure there's more stuff to it, that I don't have like this big philosophical thing, but plus I love Bill Murray. He's such a jerk. You know what I mean? In that movie. But he found his joys in all this monotony. So it's really interesting about, what you want to do to be joyful. It could be anything at all. You want to start taking a cooking class, take a cooking class. Do you know what I mean? And because we can't have parties, what you can do is then you could start doing, pop buys. So you get to see people, even in this, get your N95 out, put something on someone's front door and watch them be joyful. Does that make sense? So It's really about anything that brings you joy, right? That's the important thing. And you get to change your mind as long as you're joyful by the day.
Yeah, that makes
right?
sense.
So today you can play with Play-Doh, and then tomorrow you can cook with Julia Child, right? And the day after that you can take driving lessons. You know what I mean? Anything you want.
Something funky.
Yeah, anything that you want.
One thing that's been sort of just in a, like, I don't know the right sense, like in my world or space at the moment with this job, there's this funky thing that's occurring with the girl that I work with. Like, she has been there for a while, and our boss, like her boss, basically like was asking me for feedback on her, which she's great, but she's got, it's a little bit challenging. Sometimes she's a little scattered. And so I gave that feedback, and the boss basically like unloaded on me about like all these other issues they're having with her and like that. And so it just was awkward, because I'm like, I don't think I should know that. And so now it just is weird. I'm like, well, what does this mean? Like, what are they going to do with her? And like, do I need to do anything with that information? Like, I don't know. It just become like a little awkward in this last week, because I don't want to look like I'm coming in to take her job, basically.
No, but she is a little bit immature, right? This other person, and I like her. She's a little bit perky, but she's a little bit immature. That's the best way to say it. And she can come off really snotty if she doesn't like stuff, doesn't like to do stuff, which is not super professional. But she does know her job to a certain point. So here's the thing. Basically, what that did is that it kind of bought you in your company, which is great. So now you know that you're in and that you're set. Awesome. Then you also know that that's not your job. And so you just let it go. So you just let it go in through one ear, out through the other. That person gave you a vent session, and you just let it go, because it's not your responsibility. Now, you're a little responsible, like border collie type of person. So you're like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What you want to do is that you want to just go, do I want to be in HR? Do I want to apply this in some professional way? If not, let it go. Okay.
Yeah.
It's super simple, but congratulations, you're in.
It did feel that way, definitely, when I had that conversation with her. They extended my contract to the end of the year, and she's like, yeah, it felt good. So
yeah, and don't be surprised if you get another job out of this. So don't get too settled, because it kind of feels like you're going to go into another job, but you can stay within the company.
Yeah.
Right? Job. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. Ms. Rochelle, what's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Rochelle, too. I haven't seen you in forever.
Hi, Diane. Good to see you, my love. Thank you and thank you.
Yeah. Now, I'm so sorry. I can't remember if we've had a reading before together. Have we? Oh no, are you frozen after all that?
Looks for
Oh my God, that's just not even fair. That's so not fair. All right, Rochelle, if you can hear me, you want to turn off your video so that you can be able to. And until then, I will come back to you. That's just all kinds of wrong. All right, who else wants to go while we're waiting for Rochelle? All right, go Mo. What's up, Momo? Age.
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
Sorry,
are
I'm hanging in there. It's been a crazy, crazy week, and I'm looking for next steps. I'm gone through my breakup and all that crap,
Yeah.
and I'm looking to figure out, like, okay, I'm kind of in a bind. What do I do? Where do I go? What are my next steps? I'm trying to develop my intuitive stuff, and it's coming, no problem. But yeah, I need work. I need a home. Maybe I should stay, but I'm scared to take on the rent. Yeah, do you have anything you can offer?
Yeah, what's your age right now?
50.
Okay.
Sorry, 49. I don't know what I'm sure. I'm going to be 50 in January, and I'm like, that's coming. So I'm 49.
Dude, take your time with that. Take your time with that. Really, take your time.
Yeah.
49, so you're in 4-year. Who else was in a 4-year? That would be Nicole, right? So here's the deal. And Rochelle, I will be with you as soon as I'm done with Mo. And then if you find that we're starting to freeze, just turn off your video and we should still be able to hear you. I don't know how that works, but it's okay. So here's the deal, Mo. You're sitting in a lot of anxiety, but the anxiety is not fear. Two different things. All right. But the longer you sit in anxiety, the bigger that you make the mountain, right? So I want you, yeah, there you go. So right now it feels like you got the shits, right? Because that's how I'm feeling. So you're like, got the, when you get the nervous shits. All right. So you feel like you got the nervous shits.
Yeah, that's happened.
All right.
No, that was all day yesterday.
All right. So here.
Horrible.
So yeah, I can feel it. It's in my body. It's okay. And it's just so you know, it's all nerves. So I want you to be really aware that it's anxiety. And so how you can deal with anxiety is you just take one little pebble at a time. Okay. Because if you look at all the pebbles, then you got the mountain. But if you just take one anxiety at a time, then what will happen is that it gets you back into momentum. So it's all you are right now is that you're at a stopping place. And it's like you got this whole train and then all the cars went boom, 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 boom. So you just felt this jolt. And now you're trying to get started again. And you're like, oh, it's so heavy. But it's not. You just take a little bit at a time, okay? So, and this is one of the times we'll say, take the smallest anxiety and get it out of the way. And so I would go small and then, small, 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 medium, big, small, 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 medium, big. All right.
Okay.
And then if you don't want to get to the big, then you go small, small, medium, until you're ready for the big one. Okay. But just know that once you untangle a little bit, it all starts to untangle.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You take the tiny, tiny ones. All right.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. So I'm going to work with Rochelle and then Erica. I would love for you to help Dawn and Mo with what's going on with them in their bodies. Is that all right? All right, so, okay, Rochelle, what's your age, my friend?
As of today, I'm 61.
Love it. When's your birthday?
Today?
Woo! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Well, hey, I can tell you, Rochelle, you've had one hell of a year last year, and the year before that was even messier, right? It was like everything was sloppy and messy and all that other stuff. And so, yes, last year you're starting to organize it and going, okay, I can handle this, I can handle this, I can handle this. This for you, my friend, is a magical year. What's really important for you is to believe in the magic. Okay, so it's about finding the magic in everything you do. And I'm getting goosebumps, so I know that this is a really important message for you. Okay, so magic can be anything. It can be anything that you want it to be, but it can be magical. So this is the year that you want to look for messages. This is the year where you want a little bit of guidance from the universe. All right, and it's going to be easy to see. It's going to be a little bit on the obvious side because you've had such a tough time the past couple of years. Here's the other thing. It's going to be so obvious, you're actually not going to believe that it's so obvious. And I'm here to tell you, yes, look at the obvious signs, follow the obvious track, okay? It's natural to be a little bit gun shy, a little bit flinchy, right? But this is the year where you don't need to be flinchy, all right? Take the obvious signs. All right. Now, if for some reason it's super obvious, but your gut's, all messed up, it's your intuition talk, because your intuition talks to you through your gut, right? And in your chest. So if you start feeling stuff in your gut, in your chest, just take a moment and go, okay, is my intuition telling me something, or am I just nervous because it's so obvious? And you'll hear the answer. And if you don't hear the answer, I can help you figure out the answer. Make sense? And then you'll just move on. It can be a very, very lucrative year for you if you'd like. Oh my gosh, she is. All right, can you hear me now? Oh, did you? Okay.
Okay. I'm
Do you
back.
have any questions about that?
Well, I missed you on the last part of it because it stopped and I had to stop the video and turn it back on. So what was the last thing I heard is that, I can do whatever I want to do with my gut. That's the last thing I heard with my gut.
Gotcha. So, but you intuitively, you take in information through your gut and your chest. So if something seems really good, but all of a sudden you feel like pressure on your gut and your chest, what you want to do is just sit for one moment to decide whether or not it's your fear, right? If it's your fear, or if it is your intuition talking. All right. Okay. And I'm happy to. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Okay. So Erica,
I have one more question.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So everything is like you said, it's going well. I mean, there's so many opportunities and things are just opening up.
Yes.
And I met this gentleman about 7 months ago.
Here we go. Love connection. Let's hear it.
So I met him like out of nowhere. I haven't been in relationships or talking to no one for many, many moons now, but I do a lot of meditation. So I was doing some meditation, and then maybe after about 3 months or so, he just pops up. And so we're talking now.
Great.
And so now he wants to take it to another level. And we've been talking about 7 months now. This man calls me every single day for 7 months.
What's his first name?
Ade. O-D-E. Ade.
I like him. He is freaking determined. I like him a lot. Here's the thing I like about him. He's super persuasive. He will never be mean to you, but man, he can talk you into stuff. So be really, really careful, right? Not that he's a bad guy, but he can persuade you into just about anything. So make sure you have a decision before he starts doing his little charmy thing, because he's really gentle and sweet, and so he can kind of move you into another direction. And if he's not in sales, he should have been. So you want to be careful in that way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so he's not bad, but he can talk you into things that you really don't want to do. So if you don't want to go as fast as he does, don't.
Oh, he's not pushing me anything. He's really nice. He's like, he asks me, what do you think about things? I mean, just everything. He's wonderful. And he's very nice guy.
But that's what I mean. So the way he's nice is part of his charm and how he'll move you, how he'll guide you. He's that kind of guy where he's like, as he's talking to, he's ushering you in the direction he wants you to go in, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not like he's ushering you into the lion's den. He's just ushering you into a lobster dinner, if you know what I'm talking about. And you're like, I'm not ready to pay for that lobster dinner. You know what I'm saying, right? So you want to be really clear. that that you're going to go at the pace that you want to go at. All right.
But I am going at the pace I want to go at.
Good. I like him.
Yeah.
He's charming. Stay strong in your convictions.
Well, you know, my guys had told me about him, so, and that he was one of several. So that was one of several that I'll meet. So
Yeah, well, he's a good one. So and you can hang with him for quite a while if you want. It's up to you, right? That's the beauty. Remember, it's the beauty of this year. It's all about magic. So
right, but he's
right?
asked me to marry him.
I told you, and he's gonna be really sweet. He'll gently walk you down that aisle while you're still thinking you're walking through the park. So that's all I'm saying. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna stop right there.
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce, where'd you go? I'd like to introduce Erica Gimbel. She's a good friend of mine. She's amazing. She has this weekly podcast called, I've already forgot.
Radical self-care.
Radical self-care. And Erica, she knows about self-care from beginning all the way to end, mind, body, and spirit. And so because two of you have talked about body, I would love to have Erica talk about body really quick for these two people, but it's for everybody. And then to let you know that we'll be talking about it more in depth next week Friday. All right?
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh, Cynthia, I see that there's other people who just have popped on also. So if you also want to get in readings for them, like feel free, but it's so nice.
I can just mow these people down, baby. You know.
I want a reading. I want to read.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll get you.
No top liver here. So so anyway, it's so nice to meet you all. And I was supposed to be the person speaking today. Yeah, but gosh, for somebody who didn't promote this, you got a great turnout. And
thank you.
It's because everyone wanted to get on and be with you for your readings, and that's awesome. So I hope you'll come back next Friday. And so body, yes, I love anything with the body. I have a healing story myself, and so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And the two people that you were mentioning in particular, just remind me again what they were saying about their body that I could maybe support right now.
Yeah, Dawn is having knee surgery coming up.
Oh yeah.
Right, and she's the one that shortcuts on her. She shortcuts her recovery. Just saying.
Okay. Yes, okay. I know a lot about knee recoveries. Yes. I've witnessed and I've been with people. I'm a 20-year New York State licensed massage therapist, and I'm a psychotherapist.
And Mo had nervous stomach. Let's just say it that way.
Nervous stomach. Okay, I know something about that also. Okay, so so what I want to say about that, just real quick, down and dirty, is, yes, leaning into what you can do, breathing, for the knee dawn, right?
Yes.
Sounds very Chinese, right? Knee dawn. I want you to start talking to your knee. Like, this is very intuitive, right? Start talking to your knee and telling your knee it's going to be okay. And it sounds weird, but you're preparing yourself, your mind, your body, and spirit to have a good and profound surgery that is exactly what you and your body need. And to let the crease lines become, I got this, it's going to be perfect and better than you could ever have imagined. And then also that idea that Cynthia, just supporting that, is like, getting whatever you can do now to get ready. Like, I've seen amazing surgeries, healings with surgeries where people, you pack in those plants before, during, and after your surgery. You'll see a very good recovery. So if you can decrease your gluten and dairy intake, that will decrease your inflammation. And, we could talk more about that, but I've seen really improved recoveries. Get your arnica ready, your arnica montana homeopathic pellets ready, get your arnica ointments and all the things with arnica. If you do CBD, CBGs, the balms and the creams and the tinctures, that will also help too for pain. And, this idea of like, watching your healing time will be greatly reduced if you can just get in all that nutrition, that water, 78% water, just like the earth, So I hope that helps.
Well, no,
I-
that helps. That helps a great deal. I don't know anything about the Arnie, whatever it was you were saying. I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you about that offline. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to
Arnica,
find.
Arnica is your
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And for the stomach person, what was her name
That's
again?
low. Mo.
Mo. Hi, Mo. Hi, driving Mo. So with the belly, like we could all just right now put our hands on our bellies with, warm your hands up. I don't know if you could do that while you're driving, but let's send Mo some good energy in her belly. And, imagine like the sun chasing the moon, sun chasing moon. So on your belly, sun chasing moon it's very calming to do that. And you're going in a clockwise direction. If you have the shits, then you're going counterclockwise direction. So I used to have 6 months of the runs in college, and I did all these tests. And they were like, you're stressed, go get therapy. And I was like, I wanted there to be something. And then what I realized is I was allergic to milk products and probably stress too. But this idea of like, what do we need to process? What do we need to assimilate? This is the belly area. Can you lie on your belly with some pillows supporting your belly? That can be a beautiful massage in there. And yeah, there's a lot more to that, but just your hands. Jesus wasn't the only one who could heal. Let your hands be the healer there, and give that energy and love to your belly, and everything will get worked out and processed. And yeah, I'm making those kind of brushing movements because that's a really great thing right now.
Yeah, that's an energetic thing too.
Yeah.
Go, Erica. So you guys, not you guys, I'm so sorry. You all my folks, next Friday, Erica, come on in and she's gonna give us some really good tips. So please come join us. And I'll have the Chill and Chat information out by this weekend. All right.
Share. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
I feel like I'm coming to like Ani DeFranco's hangout and kick it up, You're so badass, Cynthia. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. So
Thank you.
Let's get everybody our reading. And I'm so happy Frida's here. I miss you so much, Frida. I love seeing your face. All right. Kathy, I'm going to just go through. Is that all right? I'm just going to go through and get everybody.
Yep.
Ms. Kathy, how the heck are you?
I'm good. Been a busy few years.
I know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll talk more later, and I'll actually make it a conversation in our Facebook page, okay? All right. So, Kathy, what's your age, my friend?
56.
Oh, man. What's your birth month?
October.
All right, you've had a really good year. It's been a year of ups and downs. It almost feels like it was a little bit bipolar, right?
Yep.
And so when it was good, it was really good. Your success trajectory was up. And as soon as you got tired or something that happened, it was a big drop. And then you're like, what the hell just happened? And then from there, there would be a little bit of a ramp, and then there would be a huge trajectory, and then it would go. Okay, so here's the deal. You get a little bit more time to practice this, which is, as soon as you start feeling, it's kind of like, as soon as you start feeling sick, that you start taking, what was it? That just something in Golden Seal, echinacea and Golden Seal, right? They say as soon as you start feeling not, a little bit unwell, start taking your echinacea and Golden Seal. As soon as you're starting to feel like your energy is starting to waver, at the very beginning, you want to give yourself a rest. So this is the month of September to give yourself a lot of breaks. A lot of mini rests. It doesn't have to be really long. It could be a half hour, it could be an hour, it could be an afternoon. It doesn't really matter, whatever you want. So here's what happens. It gives you a new baseline. So what in an 11 year, which is all about greater interpersonal growth, you go up and then it goes, as soon as you go down to baseline, which sucks because it feels like it's a big fall. But if you go up and then you plateau, which is what your little visit is, or your little rest, then as you trajectory up, and you don't catch it, you only fall to the last baseline.
Okay.
So it won't feel so bipolar. You're in a really good year. There's a lot of transition that has been taking place really good stuff. I'm a little bit jealous of the year you've had. However, I do know that you've been, I won't say struggling's the word, but you've been doing a lot to supplement and get your energy up
Yeah.
to keep it going. All you need to do is have playtime. So if you see Allison, you know what I mean, or go play.
Right.
You know, for Allison, that would be going to Office Depot. Go to Office Depot.
Office
Buy
Depot
some pens.
or the flower shop, right?
Oh, the flower shop, right. So you just make sure you go to the flower shop. Anything that brings you a little bit of joy, a little bit of respite, where you don't, then what happens is it gives you that plateau. And then the next thing is to consciously go, I'm ready to go. And then what happens is that you have signified the end of your plateau. All right.
Okay.
And you're very clear. And then you go up again. So the trajectory is not as extreme, which is fine because you know you don't want this. So it's going to be like this and then plateau and then like this, right? So you don't get there as far, but you're not as energetically bipolar, and you don't need that anymore. So it's
kind of like creating new set points along the way.
yes, and make sure that there's a lot of them. Okay. So even if you see you later, Erica. Thank you so much. So a lot of set points, and even if you said, oh shit, you know, I was just distracted, that's fine. It's better to have too many little rest areas than not enough, because you don't want to keep falling.
Yep.
Right? And you're not the kind of person that's going to procrastinate. So don't worry about that. Sound good? Do you have a question?
Big shifts in my business, so really that's my focus right now.
Huge shift in your business. It's all about expansion right now. So this is why it's really important for you to have set points. You're going in the right direction. Everything is looking really good. Next year is not going to look so sexy, but it's totally what's needed, which is that you're going to reset your foundation and then you're going to build again.
Okay.
So it'll be super important. It won't look so sexy, but but for some people, like that's like the best year ever, because you're like, now I get to focus on what I really want, and then it's going to grow again. Okay. So it'll be growth, foundation set, and then growth.
Makes
All
sense.
right. Good stuff. Super excited for you.
Yeah, me too.
I'm penvious, which is positive envy.
Yeah, we like that envious.
Exactly. Penvious. All right. Who have I not? Let's go to Eric. Okay, I got Tanisha, Rochelle, Corinne.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
I hope you had a beautiful day. So I am struggling with my work comp, trying to get the medical procedures, and I'm just trying to get any advice right now.
Okay, so what's your age, Corinne?
I just turned 40. My birthday is the day before yours.
Oh, that's right. All right, happy birthday, Virgo.
Thank you. Lots of Virgo.
Yeah, which is great. So here's the deal. For you right now, you need to start treating this medical procedure like a business. So you have focused so much energy on this, you have no more energy for anything else. And then that leads to frustration, which clouds up your energy, I think is a better way of saying it. And then you don't have, your 100% is really like an 80%. And then the next day, 100% is like a 60%, right? So treat it like a business. So you're going to say, okay, I'm going to work on this thing from 10 to 12 and 2 to 4. Okay. That's it. And then you're going to hammer it during those 2 hours. You're going to treat it like a business, because it is a business for you right now. Okay. What's happening is that you're making it very personal. And I understand that, because it is about your body and about your health. But because what's happening is that the two are getting mixed together, and it's messing up your energy. So the solution is to separate it out so that you can save more energy for your personal stuff.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. And seriously, and just so you know, 4 hours is still too much. So if you could do like 2 to 3 hours a day, then you're good. And then once you set it down, you go, business is done, and then you go on to another thing of business. Okay?
Got it.
Thank
you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So listen, it's noon, everybody. I'm going to get to everybody, but I wanted to let you know about some things that are coming up. The reason I wanted to two reasons, actually there's tons of reasons why I wanted to do, I know I always do that, right, Santana? One is that I love chill and chat. I always get upset if I miss a Friday. I feel like it's a missed opportunity to share myself and just, you know, get out there and have fun with people. Okay. The second is take a look outside. It's a really hard day when you look outside and it's not so pretty to take care of yourself. And so I thought the best way for me to have self-care is to be of service to you all because it makes me happy. So thank you very much. And now I just want you to know that I'm doing this thing. It's an upcoming class series. It is called Shortcut Tarot. It's a blast. It's a 3-class series. And it's really not, well, yeah, you'll learn how to read the tarot without all the rules. Because if you haven't met me, if you don't know me, I don't do well with a whole lot of rules. 7 rules is my max. So if you give me an 8th rule, I just kind of flip you off. So, or I just say, you know, I'll find the one that doesn't apply. I only do 7, and 7's a lot. All right. So the thing about Shortcut Tarot is it is instant gratification. It is a way for you to understand your intuition. It's a way for you to see how far your intuition can go. It also works with your creativity, which are 2 things that they just go hand in hand, right? I have not met someone who's intuitive that is not creative. And this is actually a Zoom. These are Zoom classes, and you can find the event on the events page of Sexy Edgy Intuition with Cynthia Ruckervisser. All right, and you can always messenger me if you want to get more information. All right, super, super, super fun, and you get to learn stuff at the same time. So there you have that. All right. And I hope you all join. It's going to be, I think, next week, Monday, yeah? Next week, Monday the 14th. So it's coming up pretty quick. All right, let me see. And then what will happen is then we get to have talks like this. Erica, do you have a question?
I just wanted to tell you guys of a really cool resource for the person who's like the 2 people or 3 people that were looking for work. There's this lady who is giving pro bono resume writing. Like, she's a professional and she usually charges for this, but during COVID, she's doing, she's helping people with their resumes pro bono. She's not comfortable with Zoom. So, you know, that's the trade-off, but you can look her up on pamcondiresumes.com. And oh my gosh, what a gift to the world. She only does this by referral. So just say Erica, and then she'll know who I am. And yeah, just definitely, if you need that support to shine, she helps you do that without bragging, shine without bragging. So thanks for letting me say that.
All right, thank you. See you later, Kathy. So glad to see you. Thank you for joining. We need to connect. She's awesome. Kathy Gata is awesome. All right, so who have I not done a reading for yet? Is it just you, Fluffy? Fluffy, yeah, best for last. Fluffy, you are my encore.
Always. I will become kind. Thank you. A general?
A general. Hey, so here's the thing. I love what's going on with you. You're getting to be more expressive, more outspoken. You are really starting to take the spotlight. Super important. Keep up the good work. Here's the thing that's really important. You are one of the guys. Oh, God, I gotta stop that. You are one of the people, one of the folks that really likes creativity and really likes intellect, okay? In between those, okay, so if you were to learn handwriting, there are 3 zones in handwriting. The upper zone is all about intellect. The lower zone is all about creativity. The middle zone is all about communication. So here's where you are right now. You have been all about intellect, you've been about creativity, and now your focus is on the communication of the 2. This is a challenge for you because sometimes you go a little bit too intellectual and sometimes you go a little bit too creative. If you can remember that what the message is, just keep focusing on the message and everything will kind of come into play. Does that make sense when I say that?
It does.
So, right? So the message is this, And then you can let your intellect and your creativity go hog wild. Just know, because it is anchored by the communication. Okay? So your thing right now is about be really clear on the message of your communication and then have a shit ton of fun with it. Just have a great time. Okay? And know that your intellect gets to play and know that your creativity gets to play. But stay on message. Okay? So for you, for the remainder of this year and maybe all the way till spring is about working about being on message. Okay?
Thank you. One question. Underneath the communication, I am hearing the instruction, the communication is important because that is because I need to teach. Is this correct?
Yeah, but the thing is that teaching, so I don't mean to be flippant about it, right? You're always teaching, okay? And so what's important is to just share and know that the teaching is there. There's something about you that as soon as you say you teach, you get all formal, then everything gets out of whack, right? Stay on message, stay on message, stay on message. The teaching is there.
Got it.
Right? All right. And Frida, I didn't forget about you. Okay, so Tanisha, we can talk offline. And you have my phone number, so you can give me a call. All right. Let's see. Ms. Frida. What's happening, lady?
Hi, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. If you haven't seen Frida on her Instagram, on her IG, or on Facebook, she's a great artist. And she just shared this great art on her feet. I loved it.
Thank you.
It's got great humor to it, you know what I mean? And at the same time, it was beautiful stuff. Okay, how old are you, Miss Frida?
39.
What's your birth month?
November.
Okay, what's going on? How can I help you?
I feel like I'm getting messages constantly. I don't know. I guess I'm looking for confirmation that I'm on the right track, because it just feels like I'm just like peeking over the edge. I'm like waiting for a veil to lift, or I'm just waiting for like that thing to come, and it's just not there.
It's not there because, first of all, yes, you're right. Because everything my whole left side of my body is active. My ear is active. My jaw is active. My shoulder is active. So that tells me that you're hearing messages. People are telling you messages or giving you messages, even though they could just be talking about groceries, right? And you're ready to go into action from all this. Super important. What's really important is this is like learning a new language. So, this is Intuition 101 for you, right? But everybody is always at a different starting point, right? So I don't just because I say that, it doesn't mean that you're a baby into it. Okay, it just means that you're ready to listen on a different level. So really, there's a part of you that's afraid to make a mistake with your intuition, and there's no such thing. There's only experience. Okay, and from experience comes compassion. And actually, I will be teaching that series next year. It's called Life, which is Lessons, Intuition, Frustration, Experience. And once you get to experience, guess what? You get to relearn the lesson. It just looks different, right? So, yeah, super fun, but not really. But it's super fun, but not really. So there you have it. All right, so what's really important is be willing to make the mistake and know that you're not making a mistake, all right? So it's kind of like this. It's kind of like if I hear a message that I need to go outside and go talk to my neighbor. I'm just making a for instance, right? And as I go up, I see that there's a cat in need, and then I start taking care of the cat, right? And then the cat follows me home. Then what happens is I didn't misinterpret the hey, go out and talk to my neighbor. It put me in that direction. So I was still listening to my intuition, right? And the message comes along the way. It's also important that you work very symbolically, and you always have. And so it's time for you to create your symbolic, your symbol dictionary, and be okay that the symbol dictionary is not. It's just for you, right? So you're going to do something that's super symbolic, and someone's going to love it before it's energy, right? And they're going to go, I don't know why I love it, and you can go, well, it's because of this and this and this, and they won't hear any of it, and it doesn't matter. what's going to happen is that they're going to gain experience by your artwork. So that's the important part. All right. You could actually, you know, you just by taking a couple, you know, hang out for a little while, get your symbology going, and you're the one that could teach symbology class. Because that's who you are and what you do. Does that make sense? So it's kind of an interesting, thing. Don't be frustrated, just go out and make mistakes. Or just don't be frustrated, just go out and be willing to make mistakes and know that you're really not going to make any mistakes. Okay, once you give yourself permission, then everything's going to kind of go. I also want you to know that there are these energies that talk to you that are, they're not energies that I would connect with. So, but they're energies nonetheless. Okay. So, you know, here's a saying that I got from one of my meditations, which is, if Jesus, Krishna, and Buddha were not for everybody, why do you think you should be? Right. So, I'm happy I can help you talk to the energies, like guide you to them, but the actual conversation is all on you, and you get to find your way. I just get to put some light on your path, so you can have the experience. All right. And these energies, they're already talking to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And these energies there's a lot of earth wisdom in them. I think that's the best way to explain. There's a lot of environmental wisdom in them. So, yeah, so take care. Does that make sense? All right. Now listen, it's been a while, I know. What's up, Diane?
I add a little something because what you were just saying to her, I just saw Brene Brown was just, I don't know if you know much about Brene, but she's pretty awesome. And she was doing this whole, on her podcast, talking about perfection and perfectionism. And I made this note, and it was like sounding so similar to what you were just saying to her. And she said, perfectionism is driven by what will people see in us. It's a shield we carry around to protect ourselves, and people don't see our real self. It's the most contagious. It's the enemy of creativity. It's driven by shame, and it's different than internal need for beauty and good. So it's like, you know, this obsession with perfectionism sometimes can cause blockages, basically, is what she's saying.
Yeah. So that I also had a message for that in a reading, which is, you can't have experience if you have an expectation. You can't. Mm-hmm. Right? You can't have an experience if you have an expectation. If your expectation is that you're going to do it wrong, then you're not going to have an experience. So it's kind of like you're going through the fun house but not having any fun. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that. I think that I just need to like chill out, because I think that it's constant. I'm getting messages every day. Everything's like so awesome. And like, for some reason, I'm just like, well, when is it going to click into place? Like, it already is, but I don't exactly know what my end goal is. Like, I don't know. So I'm like angry at myself, but I shouldn't be, because it's just like, it's like along for the ride. Just like chill out, Frida.
It's all about the journey, right? So today, what am I today? Today I'm an intuitive edge builder for ambitious people. Okay. Ask me if that's who I am tomorrow. I might have a different story. And trust me, it pisses me off too, because it makes me feel flaky, but at the same time, it's really all about the process, right? So, am I an intuitive edge builder? If I said because I said that I'm an edgy intuition builder, I might just be an intuitive edge builder. That sounds better. So, I don't know. See what I'm saying? But before that, I was something else. That doesn't mean I'm no longer an intuitive realtor. It just means I'm an intuitive edge builder, right? I'm helping you build your intuitive edge as you're finding your house, as you're looking for your job, as you're finding your partner, all that other good stuff. All right? Okay, party people, I have taken up enough of your time. So I'm super grateful to have you. Thank you so much for jumping on. I love it.
Thank you, Sin.
Yeah, anytime. I also want you to know that I want to carry on this conversation. So I'm going to put this on the Sexy Edgy Intuition page and start asking questions, and I'm happy to answer any questions we have, and we can open up to the greater group and see if we can come up with any other either topics or anything like that. Sound good?
Yeah, just want to say thank you. You are so cool and casual with your brilliance, but I don't want to undermine any of what you do. I love your energy. I love all the work you've done to share with us. Helps me every damn time. Rock
Thank
on,
you.
sister.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. If I don't see you sooner, know that you'll catch me next Friday at the next Chillin' Chat. All right?
All right.
All right, party
Thank you,
people.
Cindy. Love
See you
you.
later. Love you all. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.